Okay, and we are back with another session. Go figure. So where the frick did we leave off? Where is my notes? So basically, where we left off with the group, we'd finished, like, the mace fight had been finished. We'd had the whole. The group had their meeting with the guildmaster. Group V had gone off to go and complete their mission, and over a few days, the party resting. A whole bunch of big important characters arrived on scene. We had the Group V return alive, which is always good. The party were mostly having some downtime and mentally preparing themselves for the upcoming battle. Just takes it no what.
Glug glug.
More of a slut, but
Slap slap.
anyway. So I think what we left off on last time was Lupus and Zippy helping the party with a bunch of wind blasting, if I recall correctly. So what I'm gonna do, for the sake of simplicity and because I've forgotten what time of day I had left off on, we are immediately gonna roll.
I think it was like afternoon or evening, probably. Yeah.
Probably. For the sake of ease, what I'm gonna do is we'll say like mid-evening. So the parties, like everybody who was down in the Colosseum area of the guild, doing their twin casting training, those groups have dispersed. And we'll say it's like 3-4 hours before. Yeah, about 3-4 hours before the group should realistically turn in for the evening. What would the party like to do? Everybody?
No. Just stretched. How's my... Oh my god. Might as well just put it up already.
My elbows are dry.
Okay.
I'm freaking brain today.
I've already forgotten what you said.
What do you want to do?
Oh,
It's-
Alice!
Oh, Alice, a person who can tell us what to do.
What? What am I going to tell you to do?
Alice, tell us what to do. Alice, we
What?
need your wisdom.
Oh, wait. Did we start with that?
Yes, we did. Alice was going to be a couple of minutes behind.
Okay.
Don't worry.
Yeah. Planned. This is all planned.
Don't worry.
Plan.
It's all under control. So,
Jokes on us.
To tell you what to do.
What time of day is it again?
so it's about
3 hours before we should go to bed or something.
roughly. Yeah, so we're gonna say about 6-7 p.m. ish.
I'm gonna get...
We go to bed at 9.
10 roughly. And that's
10.
because
Insane.
the guild typically ends up, going through morning processes at somewhere around 5 to 6 a.m.
But
So
Way too
basically,
early.
so arse.
Yeah, you
How
know.
about... food?
Whoa, guys, why don't we stay up and party all night?
No.
Whoa, that's a thought.
I want a party.
Alternatives to...
right? Yeah, that's
Party with the fish. No,
No.
you get really rare types of fish when you go fishing in the dark.
Night fishing.
Yeah, we fished. Didn't we
Yeah,
fish?
night fishing.
Yeah. And
Do we have the fish? Have they been fished?
The fish have been fished.
have
I'm assuming they've been
hangovers.
placed into the guild's kitchen to be handled and prepped for later consumption the next day.
Excellent.
Indeed.
So,
Well, if they're still available, I can have a chat with Uzop whether it's something that I kind of need to
okay.
go some.
So, oh god, freaking voice! I did not prepare my my vocal cords before session, so yeah, I might be a little bit rough. Okay, so, Kenton, you are gonna go and have a chat with Uzop, yes?
Yeah. So why is it in this 3 hours before we go to bed, or is it better to wait for tomorrow? But all it takes.
Probably not that one, I'd imagine. So you approach Uzop.
Hello there. I was wondering if I could ask a favor of you.
Yeah? What's up?
See, we all got stronger recently, and we all learned new spells, and there was one thing that I didn't learn that I really should have. And I'm pretty sure you have it. I think I've seen you using it.
Uzok raises an eyebrow as he looks at you. Like what?
Greater Dispel?
Yes. Uzok knows that one.
Would you be a pal and teach it to me? I really kind of need it, and it was a massive oversight. I didn't pick it up.
Uzok looks at you and just nods. Yeah, I can teach you. And
Fantastic.
Xanas wanders over. So, what you doing?
Learning.
What we learning?
Greater Dispel.
I can teach you that as well.
Wow, 2 teachers, like both at once. I'll go twice as fast.
Mhm.
Well then, let's get cracking.
And the two of them begin to take the time to try and teach you the spell. Can you roll me an Arcana check, please?
I guess it's a lot of me putting up luck streak and getting a spell as well. You do it this way.
Potentially. I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
Oh, it depends on how you wish to... Depends on how you wish to go about that one.
I rolled a 32.
Yeah, I'd say that's successful, considering
Woohoo!
you've got 2 people teaching you. So, it takes a little bit to try and get the hang of it, but thanks to, both of them trying to teach you how to perform the spell and what movements you need to make whilst casting the spell, managed to nail it on the head pretty easily. And I'd say that takes maybe about 2 hours ish.
So about an hour before bed, so
Yeah.
probably head off for an early night after that.
Yeah. In the meantime, what are the rest of the party doing? So, Alec, Alice, Milo, Mira, is there anything you're doing whilst Kenton, Xanis, and Uzok are off doing spells?
Is Arola still about? Because I want to talk to him about what I have learnt from Lupus.
Yeah. Shouldn't be too difficult to find him since he's staying in the guest quarters for the time being. So you go off to find Arolus, and you find him quite easily because it's not exactly hard to find him.
Oh, are we?
Yeah.
Are we? Okay.
We.
Oh, hi, Arola.
Hello, Alec. How you doing?
I learned some things from Lupus.
I imagine good things, though, judging by your expression, I imagine there's probably some mixed feelings.
Yeah. But apparently, my uncle was gonna kill me, and luckily I left it before that happened.
Aurelius's face
And,
kind of scrunches up a little bit, in mild annoyance at the idea. Right, anything else on that one?
Oh, he killed my parents. Is that? But he's in prison or something. I don't. Yeah, something like that.
Aurelius
So-
looks genuinely pissed off the moment that you mentioned that the uncle is the reason why you don't have parents anymore. And looks like he's about to throw hands.
Yeah, it fucking sucks.
Well, I can tell you we'll make sure that that bastard doesn't get anywhere near you. And if they do manage to somehow find us, well, I've been looking for an excuse to swing my hammer around.
Fuck yeah. Let's kick his ass. I've always wanted to.
Well, if he does end up coming across us during our travels, I'll be sure to give you the heads up when I swing my hammer.
As long as I get hit in.
I won't end up hitting you. Trust me, my aim's much better than it might seem.
No, as long as I get to hit him, not
Oh.
that you.
I thought you meant me hitting you with the hammer by accident. My bad.
That would hurt. I wouldn't. That would probably really hurt. Yeah, that'd be bad.
Aurelius just nods softly.
But
Oh.
also, we went fishing, and Milo got drunk, and he put bullets in my gun. So now,
Aurelius looks mildly concerned at the fact that you currently are in possession of a loaded firearm. Perhaps not the safest idea, but if you know how to fire it, I suppose it's not too big of a deal.
yeah, I had a friend who had guns, and they showed me them a few times. So,
You sound like you have absolutely no idea what you're doing with that thing.
I mean, I know how to point and shoot, and I know how to not shoot. So I think I'm good.
Aurelius just sighs and shakes his head. That pretty much confirms my question. You have no idea what you're doing with it. Do you know how to aim?
I mean, yeah, you point the shooty end.
No, that's not how that works.
What do you mean it's not how it works?
Because when you fire the gun, it's going to recoil, and it's probably going to slingshot you onto your ass if you're not standing properly. Have you ever actually
Yeah, it's a big
fired
gun.
one of these?
No, only a little one.
Right.
A little tiny gun.
Well, maybe it's a good idea to get Milo or one of the other guild members to teach you how to shoot.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Don't want you accidentally blowing your own brains out. Be a
No,
bit
that would
awkward.
be bad. Be extremely awkward.
Aurelius just takes a moment to process. Well, at the very least, we know that you're gonna be safe with that. I don't think you're gonna fire that knowing that it's probably gonna catapult you several feet backwards.
I mean, I don't know why I would fire it anyway. I have spells that I know how to use.
Okay. Well, that's the main
So,
thing.
yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna just shoot the gun at the wall, if that's what you're worried about.
Well, that or accidentally firing it at a person because of the kickback on it.
True. It is big. Like, it's a big gun.
Aurelius looks like he's about to make a very immature joke, judging by the reaction that he has of having to stifle his own amusement.
Say it. Go on.
He just shakes his head. Nah, I don't think I'm good.
Oh.
Oh dear. Well, I suppose, Aurelius takes a moment to just observe Alec. Well, you certainly seem to be carrying yourself with a little bit more... I guess you seem more relaxed. But that could just be because, you know, when we do eventually have to go to Ishtaff, you're not going to have any unpleasant encounters.
That's true. That's true. I am a bit more relaxed, I guess.
Well, they can't do anything to you now. That's the main thing.
Yeah. Especially not with big gun on. No, I'm joking.
Well, if you're good with your sword and your dagger, you should be fine.
Yeah. I am.
Well, there you go. No way that they're going to be able to do anything to you when you can literally stop time.
So true. I'm probably going to go back to the guild room now, because probably need to get up early tomorrow.
Yeah, that's the guild master's getting me to try and, I guess, practice my fighting a little bit.
That's good. That's good. Maybe tomorrow I'll get Milo to teach me how to use this gun. Just for fun.
Well, if you end up being any good of a shot, perhaps if you become a good enough shot, perhaps we can invest a little bit of gil into getting you a decent firearm.
Yeah, maybe. I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow.
And then I leave.
And so you return back to the guild room. Do you guys want to do any more interactions before the end of the evening, or do you want to roll on into the next day and have a fresh?
EP time.
EP time.
EP.
Let's go. Look, can I see Penton?
Yes, Penton is making his way back with Xanis and Uzok.
Yes.
Okay, so are you going to bed now, yeah? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Alright,
Yeah.
everyone except Alice and Penton?
Confused now.
Yum.
Do you want to have your interaction before bed?
I'm
Yeah.
quite tired, so it's going to be kind of interesting interaction.
Okay. So everybody else is getting ready to go to bed, and Alice, you approach a rather tired-looking Penton.
Oh, what is Alice?
Whoa, Penton, do you want to come to the tavern with me?
It's like, yeah, almost bedtime. Why We drank yesterday.
Come on, let's have a pint and a good time. We always have a good time, Penton. You can show me all your flute playing skills.
My what?
Flute playing skills?
Told you about that.
I figured you knew how to. I figured you knew how to play the flute. Come on, Penton. Let's go have a good time in the tavern. We don't get many days like this, you know. You got to make the most of them and have a good night. Come on.
As long as you don't share what you know about my flute playing skills, I will accompany
Oh, you're gonna need your flute playing skills.
you. Alice, I swear to
What
God.
about the guitar? You good at the guitar? The lyra? Lyra?
I don't know, DM, am I?
Sorry, I'm
The
trying.
liar.
I bet you
I'm
can
trying
dance.
not to laugh because
I bet you can dance.
okay. I would
I've
imagine.
forgotten that I'm a gambler illusionist and not a bard or a dancer.
Well,
Alice and Penton go clubbing.
so you're going down to the tavern for an hour for a little while, and then
Time for
returning.
the tavern to close.
Typically around 11, so you have maybe an hour or two at the tavern before it closes for the evening with its guests.
And we can meet some new people, and we can eat some snacks, and we can drink lots of really delicious like beers and stuff. You know, you like beer? Maybe a cider?
Who do you take me for? Of course I like beers.
There we go. This is the Penton I was looking for.
Don't wait up. I don't know when I'll be back.
And I heard that there's a live band playing.
When did you hear that?
Just, you know, through the grapevine.
So
I'll bring my flute.
yeah,
He's not
we're
bringing a
talking
flute.
about
Penton does not own or play a flute. Nope.
Okay, so you end up going.
And think that it's code.
Yes. They're both thinking of very different things. Okay, so
Yes.
as you go up to the tavern to just, I guess, catch the last hour or so. Just like catch the last performance of the evening. You find so, you manage to get down to the tavern, and the closing act is playing for the evening. And it's a somewhat familiar voice.
Whoa, see? I told you they'd have a live band.
A somewhat familiar voice, huh?
Mm-hmm. Do you want to roll a history check to see if you recognize the voice?
This is really great music. That voice sounds somehow familiar.
Oh, it does. Let's both roll. I'm gonna roll.
Do it.
Let's take out our dice that we brought with us to the club.
Yeah, clubbing with the dice.
Clearly you're like laying down. You're laying down on the floor and rolling across the floor.
What the fuck? Why is my history a plus 30?
Because big intelligence. Go brr.
Fuck. Whoa. What the frickity fruit? Okay. Jesus Christ.
38.
Okay. 52? Yeah, 52.
Okay, so the rather familiar voice you recognize as one of the members of Group V. And as you look over to the show stage, there are two people on stage. Leon, who is currently playing his harp, and it's kind of a gentle melody. You can just about see where Throck is sitting, but on the stage with Leon is Mado, who is providing who seems to be providing backing vocals in his much more bassier tones.
Oh my goodness, I didn't know Mado could sing.
Neither did I. Then I used to date him.
Never used to sing for you then?
No, he never sung for me. This was like a newfound talent or something.
Guess you missed out on that one, didn't you?
I think I dodged a bullet. Well, I guess I'm glad that he's found a new passion now, baby. Gosh, I love going to the tavern with all my exes.
Yeah, that must be quite the experience for you.
This was
Maybe
really
you need
not
another
the
drink.
experience that I was hoping for, but I guess we're here now, okay? To be fair, I haven't seen Mado in like a hot minute. Well, I don't know that I've seen him since we broke up.
He's a bit busy.
Yeah, he's very busy singing. Yes. Wow, singing voice. Haha.
Oh my god, this is awkward.
This went from fun tavern night to, oh my god, now I'm sitting in the tavern listening to my ex, who we didn't really break up on the greatest terms and haven't really made up, sing to me.
Well, not to you.
Well, he's technically singing to me.
In your presence.
He's singing in my presence, that is for sure.
Sorry, this is really funny. I can feel the uh-oh energy.
This one's for a girl I used to love. Oh.
No. Now I think of when we were together.
Oh god. Okay, so the two like you can definitely tell that Mado's like quite rough voice doesn't perfectly fit for singing. He sounds pretty good, but it's quite you can definitely hear his gruffness. But it kind of works with how smooth and soft Leon's voice is, as the two of them are performing a duet, and you can. Throck is sitting there watching the two, and is just staring at Leon.
Like an instrument in the background?
Nope, he is sitting there at the closest table, just watching. And he seems like from what you can see of Throck from your table, you can see he is completely entranced by the music.
Look at that, couple girls. Just there to support, nothing else.
Yeah, well, I'd love to say that we were also here just to support, but we're not supporting. I'm not supporting.
To be fair, we didn't support each other that well either, so...
Yeah, but we got over each other, okay? You know, there's like, I don't. If Mado starts singing a love song, that's it, I'm out.
Does Mado start singing a love song?
Probably not. No.
However,
Or like a
Where are those
breakup,
shots?
heartbreak song.
You feel a very familiar. You feel a very familiar presence behind you, Alice, as a pair of very soft, gentle hands place themselves on your shoulders. Well, I wouldn't say that that being here not supporting is exactly a supportive way of dealing with your awkwardness. And sitting down and joining you at the table is the Shadakai elf woman that you met previously.
Oh my god, yes! I haven't seen this woman in ages!
It's a pleasure to see you again. And
Whoa! You are not the person I'd expect to see at the tavern, but hello!
Well, I thought I'd come and listen to the show. I was walking past on my way back home and just heard this this beautiful voice, and, well, his gruff backup singer, but it kind of works.
Yeah, his backup singer is damn awful. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say about his backup singer.
She raises an eyebrow as she comes and sits at the table with the two of you.
Not necessarily bitter, madam.
I don't know if I ever caught your name. And this is Penton, by the way. Penton's a good friend of mine. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm currently here helping her cook.
The woman reaches her hand across the table to you, Penton, to shake your hand. Pleasure to meet you. Just so you do recall my name. My name is Billsway.
This way.
Yes.
Yes. I definitely recall your name. I recall it being very complicated and not easy like Alice. Villasway. Oh my goodness,
Villasway.
yeah, see?
This way? I lost it.
Bilswe Wavaka.
Yes. And I must say the bitterness in your tone. It's quite the interesting one. I'm guessing some bad history between you and the backup singer.
Yep. Yeah. I'm to be fair, I am normally a very nice woman, but today the stars have not aligned in my favour.
She looks over at Penton, who is having to cough down his words. I'm assuming you have something different to say on that one.
It's fine. I mean, she dumped him and he never did anything wrong, but...
Philsway looks to Alice. Is that true?
Yeah, I mean it is true, yeah, but he was kind of boring, you know? Well, in the nicest way possible, you know?
I mean, just because you found him boring,
Long distance,
why?
that kind of stuff.
She gently places one of her surprisingly soft fingers on Alice's lips to shush her. Have you actually spoken to each other since? And she moves her hand
No.
away.
Alec.
Perhaps you should go and talk with him. There's no
Well, I
reason-
can't now. I mean, he's literally in the middle of his set, like...
You could always heckle.
No,
this
I don't
woman
think
shoot-
I'm the one who's going to be heckling.
This woman looks over at Penton and gives a very sharp stare. Like, this woman's... Like, her amber eyes pierce through you. Like, it feels like you've just been stabbed.
Hey, don't look at me. I was dragged out here. I'm just trying to have a good time.
Well, you do know the word no exists, right? Anyway, Powers, I must insist that you go and try and resolve your awkwardness between each other. After all, if you didn't end up on good terms, it seems like he's had some time to find himself a little bit, and you seem to be finding yourself, at least I would hope. Perhaps talking to one another might settle that awkwardness down a little bit.
To be fair, it did work with Penton, so... Yeah, I mean, I suppose, but, like, he is, like, in the middle of...
Just sharing a glance with the other woman, like,
Penton's giving
I love the
bombastic
fact that
side-eye.
Penton has been brought here for emotional support.
But no, this was planned, so I wasn't emotional support. We were just supposed to be having a good time, and I go really awkward.
Billsway chuckles as the backing voice changes to one that's a bit deeper and bassier, like noticeably bassier. No. No.
Do you want a history check?
No.
Oh.
No, not Penton being fucking him. Okay, so you have
Copyright.
exactly. So you are joined at the table as a very familiar as the same person you were just discussing comes and sits down at the table.
Oh no.
Well, hello. Didn't expect to see you there. And Mado addresses both Alice and Penton.
Maida, how are you? It's been so long.
To be fair, it
actually
was a
has my
very
big
big
wife's
surprise to
spot,
come in and see you here.
Well, wasn't exactly my idea, I must admit. Blame Leon. He was having one out after having to deal with the Warren. He wanted a bit of relaxation time and thought it'd be a good idea for, you know, me, him, and Rob to come down to the tavern and relax.
Yeah, sorry again for that, by the way.
It's fine.
I didn't realise
And
there
I
was
think
someone
you
else
should
to
take up singing full time.
Meadow looks to Alice with a slightly amused smile. What, you think I sound good, do you?
Well, it's it's a side hobby, a little passion, you know.
And Meadow, I'm gonna roll an insight check on this.
No. Yeah,
Not
you
really
cannot roll against
trying.
my deception.
Well, he rolls a 19 on insight.
Okay. Can I roll deception as a like count as a?
I mean, I feel like in that scenario, it's kind of obvious.
No, I'm trying not to make it obvious.
I'm just fucking trying.
But Meadow
No.
looks at you.
Please, my deception is so high.
But you've already kind of been seen through, darling.
It's what I built Alice to do.
I know, but it's noticeable as fuck.
Well, I genuinely like this. So,
Meadow looks to you, Alice. Well,
I'm just being ignored. Okay.
I don't. No need to be awkward, love. I get it. It's a bit, you know. And also, thank you, Penta.
Thank you.
Don't worry, gonna acknowledge you. Anyway, no need to feel awkward about it, Alice. You know, it's a bit upsetting, but to be fair, there weren't really much that either of us could do there. It happens.
I mean, we didn't break up because like anything bad happened. Like it was just a distance thing. It was just like we were never together and never really spoke. You know, it was kind of just the distant vibes, and I guess it wasn't meant to be.
Meadow just nods in agreement. Well, yeah. If it doesn't always like doing it over long distance don't always work for everybody. And you know, I tried to send a couple of letters to keep in touch with you, but you know, trying to send a letter to somebody who's constantly traveling isn't exactly an easy task to do.
Yeah, I know. We both tried on our end, and I'm glad that we did try. But yeah, I guess things don't always work out.
Looking at the floor.
Meadow is looking at Penton, looking at Alice, looking at a very pleased-looking Bill Sway sitting at the table with you. Well, I'll
Hey, have you met Beltway?
yeah.
Just came over here and started talking to it.
Yeah, Bill Sway is actually Did you know Bill Sway is a Shardakai elf like myself?
Well, yeah, I gather that judging from the general aesthetic she's got on her. Anyway, I'm gonna go and get Throck off stage before he pounces on Leon. I mean, have you seen the way he's looking at him? And as you look out, I'm assuming you're looking over to the show stage as he says that.
Yeah.
And Leon is continuing to sing, and Throck's just sat down next to Leon on the stage and just looking at him with completely endearing eyes of just. I can't think of like a good comparison, but he is once again just completely
Smitten?
yeah. Enthralled would also be a good word.
Thirsty?
I don't know about that one. More than likely it's
Gay? Would that be a good one?
That's also not wrong!
He's looking at him gay.
So Mado goes up to Mado excuses himself from the table and leads Throck back to their table before any silliness occurs. Biltsway looks to Alice. You know, if you're free anytime soon, I could. I would certainly enjoy inviting you over for a meal or something like that.
I would love to get to know you as well. Absolutely, I would be so down.
Well, I'll have to.
So, what are you doing in 2 days' time?
Oh, no, nothing much. I've been mainly doing some training and helping out with the guards around the city. Or I say city.
Training?
Town. Of course.
Guards?
And she pats the hilt of the sword at her waist. Well, of course, you can't exactly live on an island like this and not have some degree of combat experience.
Well, would you maybe care to go do some training together?
Well, I'd certainly be up for it.
Oh yeah, let's go! I found a new training partner! Woohoo! I cannot wait, because Penton will never come do training with me, but you would...
Whoa, you never fucking asked!
you would never want to wield a sword, are you kidding?
I have a fucking sword! I
Exactly.
exclusively use a sword, woman!
Yeah, and you never want to use it with me!
No, because for most of the time we've known each other, you wanted to use it on me.
Yeah, to be fair, actually, I did forget about that bit.
Oh my god!
I blocked it from my memory.
Oh my god!
Biltsway looks at Penton. Okay,
Sorry, that one's been bubbling.
Okay, well, just forget about Penton. You and I, darling, we're gonna go have a good old time. Okay, I'm so ready.
She kind of.
What's your address so I can, or number, or whatever, so I can send you letters?
She brushes her hair to the side with her hand, and lets it settle down her shoulders. Pulls a pen from her belt and writes it down. Passing it over to Alice. Whenever you're available, just come and knock on my door. We can spar, and I could potentially make a nice meal by candlelight for us.
Oh my goodness.
Alice, what's your seduction DC?
Wait, Wait, where do I... Oh, wait. What? Oh, 56? Yeah, 56.
Okay, well, she's definitely not hitting that DC.
Can anyone hit Alice's DCs? No.
I thought that sentence was going to end with "Could anybody hit Alice?"
Still could, but you wouldn't want to.
So let me just do some basic math here.
I'd like to say that during this whole interaction, Penton's just gone to the bar and let him fall.
So she rolled a 34 total? Yeah, 34 total. So she makes like a very smooth gesture towards you, kind of like waving her hand at you as she walks away. And you have basically the directions from the guilds to her house on this little piece of paper that she's given to you.
Bye!
Goodbye.
Oh my god, Penton, I got a really fancy piece of paper!
For context, Penton's just come back to the table from the bar.
Mm-hmm.
So Alice is now sitting there looking, I'd imagine a little bit like starstruck, dare I say? Like,
she's like so excited to be able to spar with someone that it's like, I think she's kind of like, she's like, oh my god, this amazing person, like from my like who's a Shadakai elf,
Shady
like myself, like in the same guild, wanting to spar with me. It's like her dream come true.
Oh my god, I've never met another shell.
Shut up.
Shell?
Oh my god, I've never met another shelf, says Penton.
Well, I hope you and the other shelf have a nice time together. After slagging me off like that.
So, I'm gonna say that like your evening carries on for like an hour or so, and you have to go back to the guild. With Group V ending up staying behind to clear up after their little show. And then sleep happens. Duh. And we roll on to the morning of the 24th of August, 56 AR.
Breakfast.
Yeah.
Breakfast.
So breakfast
browns.
happens. You have your hash browns and whatever other food things you
And
would
other
regularly
things that are
consume.
not hash browns.
Oh, shut up. But you do notice that at the table the guildmaster has been sitting at on his own, he's now accompanied, as Zippy did return the day before, and to say that Lupus's expression is anything outside of beaming with joy would be a lie. You can see it from across the frickin' room. He looks over the goddamn moon that Zippy is back. And he's like leaning on Zippy, just giving him that affectionate, happy look, while Zippy's trying to just eat his breakfast in peace.
Wait, not now. It's not the time.
But come on! Bruh.
Yes, I know, I'm back. I am aware I'm back.
I know,
I am here, sitting in front of you.
but you're back though!
I
Ah!
should shove something in his mouth to stop him talking.
So as Lupus
Have a
is
hash
mid,
brown.
Lupus is mid, you just hear it go, as Zippy just puts a hash brown in Lupus's mouth. Charming. Anyway.
Looks over to
Wow,
to
Zanis, your
review.
parents are
See?
really
You want to shut
something.
him up. Have a hash brown on hand at all times.
Zanis just looks at Alice. Yeah. Papa Wolf is very affectionate, and Papa Fox is just... How he deals with that, I don't know. Anyway, what's the plan for today? I'm guessing spending more time preparing.
Yeah, sounds good. So Alice, you can tell the rest of the group what happened last night?
What happened last night?
Oh my god, Penton!
This is revenge.
Why don't you start, Penton?
It's your story. Why would I intrude? It's your special moment.
Well, because you were like the spectator.
No, I wasn't.
Hmm?
You were trying to pretend I wasn't there.
You spectated the whole thing.
Alice has found another shelf. But she wishes
What
to
do you mean
stop
a
it,
shelf?
if you know what I mean. Shadaka Elf, that's what it's called. That's what you are, isn't it? It's a weird
Yeah,
name.
I'm a Shadakai elf. I'm not a shelf.
Otherwise known as a shelf.
No, I don't think I've never heard anyone call them shelves. No.
Zanis is very quietly chuckling to himself whilst eating a piece of bread. He is sitting there chuckling to himself, and you just hear him very quietly mumble the word shelf to himself before he continues.
I'm not a
giggling.
shelf! Anyway, so because Penton's not going to tell the story, I guess I will.
Yuzok immediately pipes up. Wait, if you're a shelf, does that mean I can put stuff on you? Did she put things on you?
I mean,
Oh
she
my
did at
god,
one
no.
point, but
Who's
that's beside the
she?
point.
Who is this?
So we went to the tavern last night, as you probably expected from me and Penton. You know, we haven't changed. And Mado was there singing in a band.
Mado can sing.
Mado can sing.
Mado,
Wow.
Leon, Throck. You know,
Mado can sing. What?
yeah. Okay, yeah. Just.
Okay, my turn. Mado can
This is the
sing.
important part of the story.
Okay, continue.
So then, yeah, that happened, and then I met a Shadarkai elf, not a self,
Oh.
and her name was Bill Sway. And yeah, well, I've met her before. She's pretty nice, and basically we're gonna go sparring together now. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, I made a new friend. Hello, fancy there, the tea.
Nolan looks at Alice. Wait, so you mean that Mado can sing? Mado! Since,
my
when
God.
since when the fuck can you sing? Well, been a while now. Fuck you! Bastard! Gonna have to fucking
That
teach
was
you how
like
to
the
sing
least
properly.
important part of this story.
I mean, it's the funniest part. Everybody wanted to say it. And also it's kind of surprising. I mean, have you ever seen Father Bear sing?
And this is like the third guy you've been with, so it's not an entirely new concept.
Newton, as you say that, Kay immediately locks eyes with you. Well, I'm pretty sure that you've been with what? Probably more people than I can count on my hands and feet.
Whoa!
I feel
I've
like
been with
you
more
don't get
people than you
comfortable.
can think of.
I can think of quite a few people.
Wow, the whore accusations at breakfast. Really? In front of my hash browns?
Hash browns, and I take them all in my mouth.
I'm so sorry that our words are tainting your breakfast.
Oh my god.
You're tainting my breakfast.
My breakfast now.
Oh no, did you just steal my hash browns?
It's my hash brown now.
What the fuck?
You'll pay for this, Miria. Someday.
Oh my god.
I won't pay for it because the food is free.
You know you got me there. I didn't think of that.
A fast one has been pulled on you, Alec.
Haha, get dunked on.
Bamboozled.
So anyway,
Can I steal someone else's hash browns? Can I
Well,
roll
no.
the stealth
Kay,
to-
No!
Kay,
Right,
Kay very carefully and slowly pushes her plate with a couple of hash browns across the table to you,
I take her
Alec,
plate.
ensuring that Mira cannot reach them. And if, as Mira, I'm imagining Mira, full on leans over the table to try and grab them.
I will cast stop on Miria.
Stopping my heart because I wanted a hash
No,
brown.
I'm stopping
Fuck
you.
yeah.
I'm stopping
Dramatic.
you.
Oh.
yeah, guy.
Afterwards, in all honesty, I am actually genuinely happy for you, Alice, and I hope everybody else is.
So
Yeah.
Yeah, I found someone who's gonna come train with me. Woohoo! And I got their location.
Okay, the hash browns are now mine. And I'm
Yes.
eating them.
Because as Mira's trying to reach across the table, you can hear, Mira, you can very audibly hear Kay in, I believe, is it Canyon that you share as a language? I
Or
forget if it's
Lupine.
Canyon or Lupin.
It's both.
I think it's Canyon. Yeah, you both know that. She very carefully speaks in Canyon that if you take the hash brown she's giving to Alex, she will cast Mini on you. She will shrink you down and catapult you with her bow and arrow.
And then she can cast frog.
I will ask back in the said language. Do you mean it?
She looks at you directly in the eyes and says nothing.
I lean back in my chair.
Yeah.
You don't want to be minied. Oh.
So, as the kale
Still Milo's breakfast.
Oh my god.
What?
Okay, so as the breakfast chaos continues, after a little while, oh, what do I do first? The table is approached by. I believe I can do this. The table is approached by somebody, and Milo, as you've been, I'm imagining you probably finished your breakfast at this point, and Mira's like trying to
Side-eyeing
steal,
Mira.
Mira's trying to steal what's like the last sausage or hash brown on your plate or something like that. You hear a very calm, sweet voice behind you. Good morning, dear.
Mum?
Yes, it is I, your mother, and these must be your friends. Pleasure to meet you all. Karina, this is my son, as you already know. So...
Whoa, hi.
Nice to meet you.
Do I need to roll sleight of hand?
No, because...
I'm Alice.
No.
Because Karina reaches
Mala
down...
has.
Karina reaches down and takes the final sausage off the plate.
Ah!
It's okay, Mira. I have one for you, and it's going to place the sausage on her plate.
No, this is.
Yeah!
Little does she know it's a illusory sausage.
Oh my god.
Little do you know it's his.
Betrayal.
Shut!
Anyway.
Right.
Betrayal.
Frickin' Karina looks down at Milo. Say, if you have a little bit of time spare today, would you like to spend a little time catching up together?
Yeah,
All right. Well,
I'd love to.
I won't hang around for too long. Although I will say, Alice, your mother's been talking about coming to have a chat with you, and it's Penton, isn't it? And she looks at you, Penton.
Yes, that would be me. Nice to meet you.
I do believe the young man over there with the purple hair, and she gently kind of waves a hand towards where Group V's table is. I do believe that that he wanted to have a little bit of a chat with you.
Oh,
At least
okay.
I kind of overheard part of the conversation. I promise I don't listen. Definitely don't. But anyway, I shan't crash your breakfast any longer.
Oh, I
I'll
think
maybe
it's
see you
beyond
later.
cracked already, to be honest.
Well, you're probably not wrong.
Breakfast is crashing and burning.
Anyway, I'll see you later, Milo. And she
I'll see you later.
ruffles your hair to the point where like a couple of strands like stick out of the ponytail, like at the back, kind of ruffle, and leaves. So, I'm gonna say after like half an hour-ish, breakfast concludes. Now, what would you like to do?
Could Alice go see Diana?
Yeah. So Alice is going off to go and see her mother. Anybody else doing stuff before I...
Yes, I'll talk to this mystery person.
You know who the mystery person is. So you know who the mystery person is. Also, I apologise if you can hear that coming through the mic.
Yep,
yeah.
the past 5 seconds have just been.
Yeah, we have a couple of people that live in our area that are complete felons because they decided to drive past this one particular road, freaking 50 miles an hour. Like to a point where you can hear their tires screeching as they go past. It's really obnoxious. Oh, gotta love people. Okay. So
Oh, I know who you're
Like-
talking about. My brain went blank for a second then.
mystery
Milo,
person, the person you know.
My
Hello?
child.
do you wanna guns? Can you teach me how to use this big gun that you put bullets in.
Oh shit, I forgot I did that. Yeah, I can.
Excellent.
Okay, so let me just adjust the screen. Also, I would like to point out that there is a clear absence of Gelda at the table.
I didn't notice.
It's fine. Nobody notices. It's Gelda.
It's shoulder.
We were too busy counting the hash browns.
Trying to figure out who's stolen what.
Which ones are real and which ones are an
There were
illusion.
bigger fish to fry.
Quick for some fish.
No.
Oh.
Okay, so Kenton, you're going over to speak with Lupine, yes?
Yeah.
Okay. And Mira, is there anything in particular you're doing?
Can I go annoy Nolan?
You may.
Yes.
Okay, so
Do Mira scene first.
Hmm?
Do Mira scene first, my fucking throat hurts a bit from shouting.
don't worry, I'm working on it. So Alice, you go off to find your mother, and she's currently sitting in one of the relatively large flower gardens. She's just enjoying the scenery.
As she does. So Alice is gonna walk up. Yeah. Hello, Mother. Oh my goodness. Alice, how are you, darling? I haven't seen you in a while. Oh wow, you look so beautiful. And they're just gonna embrace. The mother-daughter embrace. So beautiful. In a beautiful flower garden. Wow, picturesque.
Yes. Okay.
How have you been, Alice? What have you been up to? Has the guild been treating you well? How's Lupus? How's Ziffy? Have you seen much of Ziffy? How's Mira? You like Mira, right? You guys are friends? Oh my goodness, Mother. Okay, so yeah, it's been going well. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if you heard about everything that happened with with Kay and stuff. Because I really just wanted to be such a cool woman like you are, and I messed up. But I really don't think I kind of didn't tell you. I should have probably told you, but I didn't tell you because I was a bit worried. But I really did want to tell you. Oh gosh, what have you got up to this time, Alice? Well, it was pretty big. Well, basically, I kind of was trusting the wrong people, and then I got myself killed, and Kay killed, and is that Lupus cackling? And someone else killed, probably Yuzok. Gelda, it was Gelda. And Kay, I already said Kay.
and Alice.
Yeah, just it was a mess. It was just a mess. But we all came back, so it's not like we. Yeah, it just kind of happened. It was the worst. But now I've really tried to better myself and make everything better. Oh my god, what the hell, Alice? You died. Alice, my dear, what is going on? Why has no one told me about this? Why did you not tell me about this? Alice, you literally killed Kay! Do you know how Lilac would react if he found out that Kay had died? And do you know how sad I would have been? You have no idea, Alice. When I lost my father, it was one of the saddest moments of my life. And it's just something that you wouldn't appreciate. And I really hope that you have done better to improve yourself and to use that big brain of yours, because you have a brain, Alice. Just need to engage it before you do silly actions like that. And I don't really want to know what really happened there. I mean, gosh, Alice, you were always the troublesome child. I mean, come on. Compared to your sister, who is quite literally an angel, you, oh my goodness, you are chaotic. But chaotic in the best way, Alice. Just, I really do hope that you have been able to screw your head back on and put the correct foot forwards in the rest of your life, because you are a powers, Alice. You're not just any old family tree. You're my family tree. So I hope that you screw your head back on and don't do silly shit like that again. Okay? And you're very much loved, darling. You're very much loved, and I'm very proud of you for being able to come to terms with your mistakes and not make the same mistakes again.
Is this a bad time, or... And
Oh my goodness,
as you look to the
Lupus.
doorway, Lupus is just kind of leaning around to... what I'm picturing in my head is Alice and Diana are, like, sitting on a bench by one of the water features, and, like, Diana's proper grilling her daughter. Understandably so. And Lupus is just standing there in the doorway, looking and like, is this a bad time? Should I? Shouldn't I? Anyway, so Lupus steps into the garden and begins to approach. I haven't just stepped in on, like, I don't know, a bad moment at all, have I?
No, of course not. Right. Well, what would you like to say?
Well, you and I need to have a bit of a conversation about what you've missed out on so far. I've just had to deal with a frickin'... I've just had to deal with a letter coming from Vida, because Marianne's bringing both her bears with. They've only just managed to get transport to bring the bears with on a ferry. Just...
What the?
It's a long story. I hope I'm not interrupting here, but
Is there not a better way to bring... You know what? I'm sure Marianne found the best solution.
It's Marianne. Trust me. Bears. Anyway. I hope I'm not
Well, Alice,
interrupting.
darling, it's okay. I'll just, say my goodbyes to my own daughter and let her run off.
Well, you'll
And
be
we
able to
can
find
talk
her in a
about
bit.
the more adult things in the world.
Something on that line. I mean, it's Marianne and bears, but anyway. God.
Yeah, she never surprises me.
Well, more of a always expect the unexpected with her. Anyway, I'll let you and your daughter have a little bit more of a catch up later. But I do kind of require your time, because I've also got...
Okay, right.
I've gathered a couple of folks together as well, because I'm just gonna catch you up, because I'm pretty sure you're not really aware of what's happening right now, are you, in terms of the cult?
The cult?
Yes.
No, right. Let me keep my calm and composure. Alice, I'm so glad that you are doing well, and I love you so much. And they're gonna hug. Obviously, it's Diana. They do a lot of hugging.
Oh yeah, it's Diana. Diana, if she's not hugging, it's not Diana.
Exactly. And I love you too, Mom. Now go run off and have a good time with all your friends. And I will see you later. Goodbye, sweetie.
And I'm imagining rough idea of where Alice is going to head off to after Lupus's come to speak with Diana. I'm assuming Alice is probably going to head back to the guild room.
Yeah, probably.
So you'll get to join Norlan, who's currently being mildly pestered by Mira. So Lupus comes and
Great.
sits down next to Diana. I must say I didn't quite expect to walk in on that. Which once again must apologize if I interrupted any parental situation going on there. It's been a while. How have you been?
I've been well. It's I've been busy with Aquarian, but other than that, it's yes, just getting on doing things. As vague as that is.
No, I get what you mean. I must how do I even begin to talk about what crazy stuff is going on? So I'll try and keep...
Well, I just found out about what my daughter did.
Yeah, I had prepared a letter to send off to you about that, and, well, let's just say some other things happened that meant that letter didn't get sent off.
I'm glad it came from the horse's mouth rather than just some piece of paper.
Well, you know what they say about horses?
I could never be angry at my own daughter.
I mean, I could, but... Oh, wait, no, wrong context. Let's just say that things have been resolved, she has been spoken to, and we'll leave it there. Leave that there for the time being. So... Do you have any idea why everybody's being gathered together? Like, at all?
Well, has it been 25 years yet?
Well, yeah, it's approaching that.
Well, that would be my guess.
Well, instead of... I guess I'll summarize it like this for you. And Lupus kind of leans back into the curve of the bench. Well, how I'd summarize it for you is rather than trying to fight off the cult and, try and minimize the damage they're dealing, this time we've found a way of dealing with the situation. So this year, we're gonna try and essentially finish the cult, take the cult out, and stop the Lillian Beast coming back. Which...
Once and for all?
Well, I'm assuming you don't know... I'm guessing you don't know who the Lillian Beast is.
No, I think I have a vague idea. Question mark, question mark, question mark.
Well, I'll keep it short for you, but it is quite literally the remnants of Lilith. And when we fought Slaven's Malice a little while, 50 years ago, we killed it, but we kinda didn't. We killed it, but it didn't completely vanish.
Oh,
So,
really?
Yeah, basically that horrifying looking thing on the wall back at Zodia. Yeah, that's what's left of Slaven's Malice, fused into what remnants of Lilith there were. So that's a neat. Lupus gets distracted by this little yellow chocobo chick that's flying around this flower that's a few feet from the bench. And Lupus looks at it. And I'm assuming this little chocobo chick looks at Lupus. And they look at each other with an intense gaze for a moment. I swear to God. Well, Diana, would you like a bird?
Oh, I would love a bird. Gosh. Look how cute it is. It smells a little bit like Astra.
Astra, the bird turns into Astra when she gets to the ground.
Yeah,
Mid-air.
To be specific,
just land on her.
she's not just gonna.
Just gonna elegantly land on her feet. Well, would you? I would offer some room on the bench. I will. Lupus gets up and takes a couple of steps away from the bench and plops down onto the grass. Astra, take the bench.
Okay. Astra goes to take the bench.
Okay, so may as well condense this down into two conversations down into one. So, Astra, I've just told Diana what the Lillian Beast is,
Mm-hmm.
and surprisingly enough, as equally a concerned and shocked reaction as you had. I think Diana's still kind of processing it at the moment. Lupus looks to Diana, who's, I'm imagining, having a bit of a moment just trying to work out how the hell that even came to be in the first place.
Yeah.
But seeming as you're here, Astra, I'm imagining by Diana's confusion when it was mentioned that you also haven't told Diana about Andromeda yet.
Yeah. The who?
Oh, we had this discussion last night.
Yes, well, may as well talk about that a little bit, because I don't know. So, what is she like? I'm assuming she's your Impairs daughter? Same way that
Yep.
me and Zippy had Xanis?
Yep.
Have I seen
Just
her
the with
before?
Paradita. Yay.
Oh yes, Alice, you should go see Paradita after this whole Lillian Beast business is dealt with. Honestly, she's looking stunning last time I saw her.
Oh, that's always so lovely to hear.
Oh dear. Well, I should probably ask, have I met Andromeda yet? I feel like I've probably seen her before. Was she there when we found out about your poisoning?
Yeah.
Hang on a minute. And Lupus... It looked like Lupus is kind of taking a moment to process.
Oh fuck. I don't want my laptop turning off. Hold on.
Oh,
I hate to be that person, but what poisoning?
right, yes, you weren't told about this. So...
I thought. Wait, what? You weren't? What?
You may have been told about this, actually?
Was I?
It's a while
You should
ago.
have.
Okay,
This
right,
happened-
let's
this
pretend that I
happened-
know this.
This happened like 30 years ago, Diana.
Oh, okay, Slay. Astronaut. I definitely know that astronaut.
Lupus looks up to Diana. To be fair, it's been like 30 or so years. It's understandable if it's kind of slipped your mind a little bit.
I've become a mum. I have mum brain.
It's fine.
Mum
Anyway,
brain.
basically a while ago, before she became a goddess, Astra got poisoned, and Edith, well, I think Edith tried to suggest a couple of remedies, but nothing worked there. And then Eden stepped in and basically offered Astra to become a goddess to stop her dying. And there was a whole... I'm not sure of the whole arrangement between the two, but that's kind of their business. But Lupus finishes taking a processing moment. Wait. She isn't the
Four
one
horns.
that... Lupus has that, like, kind of expression on his face of it looks like he's dumbfounded by something that's really obvious. So I've seen her before.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. I mean,
Why
why didn't you tell me? I told you about Xanis.
Why are we all hiding our children from each other?
I mean,
No comment.
to be fair,
I never hid any of my girls from you.
And Lupus very quietly mumbles, sometimes wish you did. Anyway.
Fucking rude.
I don't really remember reading much of the letters.
Well, anyway. With what's been going on, I should update you that Andromeda's making her way here.
Characteristics. I think you mentioned, was it Group M? Something about troublesome and
Group
Andromeda
M.
nearly punching one.
Yes, Group M being lovely
Your children are
troublemakers.
just as difficult as mine.
No, well, Andromeda, she is just very eccentric.
Yeah, she's a spicy gal.
Lupus sits there and looks at Astra, looks at Diana. Well, I think you two had it quite easy when it came to children. You had not only did you get some lovely daughters, but oh my god, if I were to tell you that Xanis literally caused his, I think it was either his 7th or 8th birthday cake to explode because he got way too happy about it, and the cake exploded.
How?
No.
How
Well,
did the cake explode?
if I told you that Xanis has got a somewhat diluted level of mine and Zippy's strength and capability, does that say enough?
Needless to say, we had explosion-proof cakes the rest of the time. An invisible voice, fine.
Lupus almost jumps out of his skin, and you can see it, like, turns around, and there's like a brief flash of a rune underneath Lupus as he looks directly in the, well, yeah, directly at where this voice came from. Do you mind not giving me a heart attack, sir?
All these years we've been together, and you still can't see me coming.
Well, I don't think I have to I don't really think I should have to use true seeing or freaking any degree of God sight to be able to spot you wandering around the place.
Since we're talking about our boy.
Can you drop the invisibility, please?
Fine.
And standing behind Lupus, imagine like Zippy's hands are on Lupus's shoulders.
You're a little necro.
Anyway, Zippy's gotten much more annoying when it comes to his stealthiness, as you can tell.
I couldn't.
Well, he was always very stealthy.
Well, he somehow managed to get even more stealthy, to a point where it's kind of frustrating. Anyway, so we have Marianne making her way down. I had to sort out a couple of bits of paperwork so that she could bring her bears with. Yes, she has bears.
Yeah, no one is surprised.
I mean, I was when I found out that there's 2 of them. Because I just thought, oh, you know, it's just the one.
It's fine, I've shrank round, that won't be an issue.
I think I'm gonna.
I'm just surprised she's bringing them.
I mean, to be
I'm
fair,
not.
I've heard that she's pretty damn good at controlling them. But it's been a while since I've seen her. The only times I've really heard about how she's getting on is either when Vida's sent me a letter, or when I've had to deal with she who I do not wish to name as of current. Anyway,
I've now lost focus.
cheeks.
It was going so well.
Anyway, so Lupus looks to the 2. Anyway, aside from Marianne, I know Karina's made her way safely. Lilac and Cassandra are here, alright. I'm assuming none of you are up to date on what's happened with Rose. And Lucas looks at both Diana and Astra.
Well, I don't know. Would Astra know what was going on with Rose?
If you do know, I'm gonna say, like, if you would have known, you would be able to answer the question.
I mean,
AKA, no.
okay. Remember something that Milo knows. It's Milo that knows. Because someone, either Xanis or Kay, I do not remember, mentioned to the entire group.
Anyway, so,
What happened to Rose?
well, I'll give you a shorthand version. Essentially, she ended up finding herself a nice husband after everything, you know, stopped going to shit. But it turns
From
out
the
that
locker.
husband was a cult member.
Ah.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, she knew how to pick him.
Yes, unfortunately.
I don't think Marianne was that bad.
Well, yeah, unfortunately, Rose went from someone who was, I guess, to some degree a fixer-upper, but wasn't actually that bad. Definitely could have been worse. I mean, God, I exist. Anyway, and aside from the self-deprecating, before Zippy whacks me around the back of the head, it turns out that her husband was quite a nice man, and then we found out what he was actually like in the background. So she's been in hiding for a little while, just in case he ever decides to show his face again. Which is unfortunate, but I've also managed to figure out where, who was it? And Lucas has to take a moment to process. Right, yes, I've also been told about Norik's survival. I have no idea how we're gonna, when we're gonna get him here, because he's now Rama.
Oh.
Wait, Norik's alive?
Oh my.
Yeah.
Last time.
Sorry, go ahead.
Last that I remember Karina telling me anyways that he was travelling around with Carmina for a while. I do not know
they've
if that
settled. That's good to know. That they've settled. Because I think the last time Karina heard from him, he was travelling around the globe with Carmina. And then Fele happened. And I forget how exactly I found out. Probably someone telling me. My mind's been all over the place recently. But he's alive, and he's Rama. Do you remember the crotchety old man that we had to deal with a while ago?
I was considerably better than Alexander, but
Oh, I'm sure you must absolutely love your new position above Alexander. Tell me, how many times a day do you annoy him just for the sake of doing that?
more like he just annoys me and Eden about fucking everything to do with Anima.
I mean, she's not really that bad, is she?
Anima's wonderful. Alexander just takes everything personally.
Yes, well, I did hear about his most recent attempt to get a crusade against Kazaroth for the 15th time.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
When will he learn, man? He might never fucking learn.
Probably not. But it'll be quite funny to watch as Kazaroth just turns around and says no. Because it's actually now, he's done it so many times, there is now a law in place. I kid you not. There is a thing now called Kazaroth's Law. where you are not allowed to attack the man on his own property. I kid you not. And Lupus is just sitting there with a big smile on his face. The guy is literally... Anyway, speaking of which, Edith and Gareth are going to be making their way here roughly the same time as Marianne's going to be getting here.
Ooh.
And it's going to be a bit of an interesting one.
Mm.
But have you... I'm assuming none of you have met Edith's husband or, you know, her brother-in-law.
Not that I recall.
I don't think so.
Well, I guess we get to meet them for the first. You'll get to meet both of them for the first time.
I think it depends. When did they get married?
Oh, goodness. I think it would have been, like, at least... I think it was about 20 or so years ago?
Oh yeah, then
Something like
I
that.
definitely haven't met.
I don't think I did because I was probably giving birth to one of my children.
More than likely. I mean, God.
I didn't leave.
Yeah.
I won't stop bringing it up until it's not funny.
I mean... No, I completely understand. Anyway.
Do tell, information, give, provide. Now?
Well... What about them would you like to know, I guess, is probably the better question.
Bruh, I know fucking nothing!
Well, I guess I'll summarize it as the best that... The biggest thing about them is that they are the two members of the Scholar family. So... Edith definitely picked well. And Gareth is a little bit like not a father figure, but he's definitely been trying to patch the hole that was left by Anton, my father's demise. And give me a second, I will post the art pieces that exist of them.
Potato.
So you've got Gareth, who's married to Edith. Very similar name, which is quite funny if you think about it. And then there is Orion, who is Gareth's brother.
I do believe I've had contact with Gareth before, but not his brother.
Well, Gareth's been packing his things and getting ready. He's trying to get in contact with his brother, but family communications are a little bit back and forth. We'll put it that way. Either way, Sophie, darling, I do believe
Yes.
Xanis was looking for you earlier.
Oh, was he? Alright, well. Off I go then.
And then he just disappears.
Lovely to see you both again. And then, yes, he just disappears.
And just like that, he's out of here! Anyway. So... Diana Alice... Not Diana Alice, fucking... I'm reading from my little scene list of, like, I'm checkboxing and making
The
sure
scene
that I've
list where
done-
there's like 7 Alices.
Because, no, genuine thing, whilst I'm updating this, every single time I write the word alive, I end up accidentally writing Alice. And every time I want to go write the word... Every time I want to write the word Alice, I write alive. And I don't know why. It's one letter
You know,
difference.
I've literally been having the same issue.
I'm glad it's not just me.
I'm just like, I keep on spelling Alice as alive, but she's not technically on her second life because she didn't live the first one.
Heyo. Anyway, so Milo, you and Alec are practicing gun.
Oh yeah, well like me teach Alec how
Gun.
gun. And then absolutely laughing as he recalls himself across the room. Anyway.
Wow. Anyway, so whilst I'm setting up for a particular scene, teach gun.
Okay. So Alec,
Mm-hmm.
this is the only gun you have, right?
Yes. Yes, it's the only
Okay.
gun I have.
Okay. So what you want to do is hold it up like this, so that you're looking down the barrel.
Okay.
And just so you know, you're going to feel the recoil mainly in your shoulders.
Okay.
Does this gun have any enchantments?
No, it is just a
No, it's
basic sniper rifle.
Basic sniper rifle, let's go! Well then. Fire. You're aiming at the target, yeah?
Yep. Okay, I will fire.
So as you fire it, I would like you to make me a strength check.
Fuck, not a strength check.
I'm just sitting here like.
I
Malo's a
could use one
terrible
of my
teacher.
things, but I think it would be funnier if I end up failing. So
You're flying to the wall, just so you know.
Maybe not that far, because I don't think Art's strength is
Flying
that
to
bad.
the wall.
ooh, that's 13.
That's better than I thought it would be.
I have a
Okay.
+5.
So you pull the trigger, you fire, and like your whole body rolls with the recoil. Like you end up scooting back like an inch or so, just from the sheer kickback on that thing. And I'm just gonna roll a percentile dice. I can't be asked to do the maths to work out what bonus and that is. And you managed to hit the target.
Yay.
You just need to gain a better stance if you actually want to use it as an actual weapon if you want to keep the gun.
Hmm. Yeah, I'll probably sell it.
Nah, fair enough.
I don't like how it feels, you know? Doesn't feel nice.
You're asking the wrong person. If I'm being honest, as Marlo stares at his sniper rifle. I mean, I'm not a good teacher.
Well, I mean, I hit the target, so you're doing something good.
Okay then. Oh yeah. There's this. Whilst I'm thinking about it, there's no one else in the shooting range, is there?
No, it is literally just the two of you.
There is this book in the library that I found regarding some information about the profaned and sacred one, and about a certain ritual. Now, I didn't fully understand the entire contents of the book, but I think it might be something you'd like to look into.
Yeah, sure. What's it called?
Milo says the name here.
The book, I will
Uh-huh.
say I don't actually
Yep.
have a name for the book, but it's like an encyclopedia of infernal information. Like an encyclopedia of different infernal mythology and historical events, etc. Stuff like that. It's kind of like a general for lack of a better wording, it's like an in-depth exploration of the underworld and its cultures and all of that jazz.
In depth how to summon the profaned one for dummies.
Yes.
Yeah, it had some information about what was required in the ritual.
Yeah.
Wink, wink. What the fuck?
Ah.
Why did you say what the fuck? What's fucking?
No, I had an echo.
Cool.
I did not expect to just hear wink, wink come out of someone.
It's fine. Anyway, carry on.
Anyway. Do you want to continue practicing or do something else?
I guess I'll go to the library. Do you wanna come with?
Sure. I think I remember where the book was left.
Yeah. Okay, we go to the library.
Okay, so whilst the two of you are at the library, Ziffy, you have found your son, who is currently in one of the little training areas within the guild. Not the actual the big old Colosseum area, but just one of the smaller training areas.
How you doing, sport?
Oh, hi, Papa Fox.
Lovely to see you. It's been a long time. I missed you a lot.
Yeah, how was the mission?
Nerve-wracking, but I handled it.
Did you find anything cool?
Not particularly. I was mainly focused on not getting caught.
Yeah.
This guy is like really good eyes. Like, I was convinced he had like 30 more eyes than he did, but that might have just been the sleep deprivation. I started to hallucinate at one point. It got kind of messy.
Xanis looks absolutely starstruck as you're talking. Wait, so the abomination has 30 eyes?
It might do.
I want to stab them. I mean,
Like, all
wait.
of them?
I mean, I don't know. Is it 30? Are there more? Are there less?
I didn't stop to count, to be honest. Maybe I should have.
Possibly. Things
How
have been.
did your mission go anyway?
Well, several of us nearly died.
But none of you did.
No, but Mace had the one of the heirlooms, and when we told Papa Wolf, he looked like he was gonna have he just looked like he was going to explode.
So now they have both of them?
And they have the person to use them as well.
Oh my god.
Yeah. You're taking it better than Papa Wolf did, I guess. Also, I don't know if you were told, but Alistair oh no wait, you were the one that told Papa Wolf, weren't you? I think. I forget who told who, but
About him trying to munch people.
yeah, he tried to munch
that's all.
Matt. And Kay kind of intervened. And then the group exploded again. But it seems like it's gonna be fine. Because they haven't exploded another time, and they're kind of I think they're kind of avoiding each other a little bit.
I mean, they seem pretty jovial from across the room.
Yeah, that's kind of because they're not acknowledging each other's existences, which is probably for the best. But it's been
So not so much love and respect, more
tolerate.
get along because you have to, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like how not Susan. It's kind of like how Brutus and Delta used to get along with me when I was being difficult. You know, well, there's nothing they can do about it, but I mean, they're not like that with me now, but I don't know how to.
I mean, they were never the big, strong assassin men. They never really had kids or had to deal with kids, so what were they to do with you, really? It's impressive that they did anything at all, to be honest.
I mean, you're not wrong. I haven't managed to make friends
The
with them
amount
yet.
of time they had to stop Brutus from just kicking the baby.
I mean, to be fair, every time I see a baby, there is that intrusive thought in the back of my head of, I wonder how far I could catapult this thing.
Yeah, it also didn't help when you thought how far could you fly as well. And you were literally telling him to kick you, and I had to hold the two of you apart.
Xanis goes a little red in the face in embarrassment. I mean, you don't know. I could fly.
And I can fly. Yeah. Wait. Your father told me something about you learning new runes. Can you fly?
Well, I can't fly as of yet, but I can do this. And Xanis kind of moves his way away from the training dummy and uses gravity lunge, catapulting himself from one end of the room to the training dummy and striking it.
Whoa, that's amazing!
Shut up.
I'm so proud of you.
I will literally chain lightning you. Please.
You couldn't hit me if you tried.
Bet. And Xanis is very much flustered, red in the face. Like, you can see you're kind of embarrassing him a little bit, but this is just normal parent-child banter between the two of you.
Anyways, I'll let you get back to your group and your shenanigans and your... we'll say other half.
Well, I wanted to ask your opinion on something, actually.
Oh?
So, Papa Wolf has kind of said that it's okay, but I wanted to ask you as well, because I know Papa Wolf's a little bit, well, you know, eager to jump the gun. So, me and Yuzok have been talking about me potentially going through with getting Orcish war paint.
You what?
Because that's a whole thing they do, where they share, like, when they couple up and think it's gonna stay, they get, like, I guess it's kind of like what what humans call tattoos, the type of, like, Orcish war paint, and they're the same for the two people that are gonna...
And you're
stick
worried about what I
together.
might think about it.
Kind of. Because Papa Wolf seems very much happy for me to do it, but this is also something that is permanent in that once they do that, my fur is not gonna undo that.
Well, as long as you understand that that is the case, and it's something that makes the two of you happy, and if your father also agrees, because you know what he can be like when he doesn't agree, it's impossible to reason with him,
I mean, you're
then
not wrong.
so long as it makes you happy, then do what you want.
I mean, he does make me happy. He can also throw me. And Xanis looks overjoyed at that.
Fortunately, I haven't run out of that one.
It's fun. You get to soar through the sky for like a few minutes, and then you hit the floor. And it hurts a little bit, but now I can use magic so I don't hit the floor. Don't go face first into the floor. Also,
But yes,
Nolan's been...
if you want to do that, then you can do it. You have my permission.
And Xanis looks very, very overjoyed at that. Oh, and Nolan's going to be telling us about some of his past.
Of his past?
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure you already know that, because I've kind of figured out the secret code. I know he's Fabun.
Well, right. That's that.
I'm not gonna judge, because...
I will let you get back to your shenanigans and your group. It's lovely to see you. And yeah, I'm gonna give him a hug and then disappear very quickly.
Okay, so... After a little while in the library...
Hello.
It's
The
you.
library.
Yes.
That's where we are.
Oh my gosh, no way!
Oh my
god.
No way.
Yes. I can't believe it! Anyway, Milo,
Yeah.
I'm assuming you and Alec have, well, I guess it's addressed Alec as well. I'm assuming you're both taking the book out on that, particular information about the Profaned One and the Sacred One.
Yeah.
Okay, so
That
you
means
have...
yes.
Yeah. So you've taken the book, signed it out, and Alec, I'm presuming you're probably going to make your way back to back to the guild room.
To read it. Yeah.
I would imagine that's the case. Okay, so as you two are kind of, I'm assuming you're both heading back that way, you cross paths with Karina.
Oh. Hi, Mum.
Ah, hello Milo.
Hello, Milo's mum.
Pleasure to meet you, Alec. You're, it's Alexander, isn't it?
Yep.
Well, whilst I do know you are a demon, shan't treat you with any hostility. A handshake? And she offers her hand to shake.
Okay, I shake her hand.
She's got a very firm grip as she shakes your hand.
I bet she does.
Grip that she could pick you up and throw you. Oh yeah. Anyway.
I hope I'm not interrupting either of you two, but I don't suppose I could steal my adorable son from you, Alec. And
Go ahead.
She grabs Milo's cheek and like wiggles it.
Mum.
Oh, come on, it's not like I'm embarrassing you. See? Alec agrees with me. Not embarrassing at all.
He's laughing at me.
Oh, it's fine. Take it on your shoulder.
Have fun reading, Alec.
Okay, have fun, adorable Milo.
Oh, fuck me.
Now, not the time or place to use language for that. And Alec makes his way back, leaving you with your own mother, Milo. Shall we go and sit him on one of the tea gardens? I was talking with your grandmother, and the two of you are walking your way. And as you're like walking and talking.
Mhm. Yeah.
So, how have you been getting on, sweetheart? I know it's not exactly been sunshine and rainbows for a little while now.
It could have been better.
You're from what Lucas has told me, you're going back to the Forest Guard, aren't you?
Yeah.
I'm
That's what I plan at the
guessing-
very least.
Yeah. I'm guessing it's a choice you've thought over, yeah?
Yeah.
She
So,
ponders for a moment.
choice that I've been thinking about for quite some time now.
Well, that's understandable. Your father and I have been talking about the whole situation, and well, I may or may not have taken the time to speak with Vida and Marianne. You know, the ones who are handling the Forest Guard Guild.
Yeah.
And they've assigned you to essentially keeping watch over the mountain passes.
Okay.
Meaning that you'll be quite literally within maybe a half a day's travel of Paradita or Grandmama. And it's around this point you reach the tea garden, take a little sit down, and Karina, does she have Ignite, or am I gonna have to fire spell it? She does not have Ignite. So
said
she casts Fire 2 on underneath the little pot, and make sure not to overdo it. So how are you and Mira getting along?
I'd say, well, I'm concerned for Mira.
How so?
Well, the abomination that we'll be fighting against. It is, well, part of it is part of Tuck's remains.
Yes, he was always a bit of a problem. That one. Well, how are you going to handle that?
I don't know. But I don't particularly care about Tark, but it's more of I'm worried that Mira. Well, even though she understands that everything that her father did was, well, wrong, it, at the end of the day, was still her father. And sometimes it feels like she hasn't truly grasped that concept. So I'm just worried about.
Well, I don't think that you should worry too much about her. After all, she's the daughter of Felicity, and
Who's gone?
yes, I'm very much aware. Your guildmaster told me about it a couple of hours after I got here and unpacked everything. Well, I suppose that's more of a thing that she's going to have to handle herself, and if she can't, well, she's got her godfather here, her grandmother and grandfather are on their way. And honestly, I'm more worried about your safety. Are you going to be okay?
Yes.
And Karina raises an eyebrow slightly at you. You're certain, dear?
But I sure hope so. I understand that it's going to be a very big fight.
Yes, it very much is. And I'm sorry. I might be overthinking it a little bit. I'm just, after what happened with your brother, I've not quite been myself, I guess. I hope I'm not being too overbearing, but I am worried about you. And not
I
just
know.
in a mother being mother sense. So I've made sure to arrange with, like I said, I've arranged with the forest guard so that you'll be stationed and protecting your father and your grandmother, whilst myself and your other grandmother are here dealing with the cult. Which I'm a little bit jealous, I must admit. Eruditta's saying that the apple harvest will be quite good this year. So I guess you'll have your hands full with the orchard work as well.
Most likely. I don't think Gran will let me avoid it.
Well, you know what she says most of the time. You can't make apple pie without picking the apples. If you can't pick up the apples, then there's no apple pie. I'm sure she meant something a bit more deeper than that, but I must admit, 9 times out of 10, I'm only thinking about the apple pie. And she has a little chuckle as she kind of whispers that behind her hand to Milo. Say, the water's finished boiling. Is there any particular type of tea you like, or?
I don't really mind.
Okay, we'll try this one then. And you notice, like, these, the flowers that she puts into the teapot are very similar to the ones that... very similar to the ones that she has growing outside of your childhood home. We'll see how these do. It's been a while since I've had something that reminds me of home.
Okay.
So, I was wondering. Understandably, you're probably going to have to come and give us a hand when we go down to fetch our family's heirloom. But would you like me to try and train you occasionally
In what?
in the ways of being a Dark Knight? It might not exactly fit with, you know, your capacity with firearms, but I've been told that you're quite handy with the bow staff. So whack the thing harder, or hell, even make use of it by playing golf and just. Oh, your father's suggestion, not mine, but.
Sure.
And so, for a little while, the two of you spend some time together, kind of having a little bit of a catch up and drinking some tea, which is very warm. It's like very warm, kind of honey-like, but it's ever so slightly it's got like an ever so slight spice to it, kind of like a ginger spice, if you will.
Okay.
My brain cells are depleting. Bear with me.
Don't worry. I'll pretend to imagine ginger spice and pretend that Milo likes it because me don't like. I hate ginger.
I don't blame you. It can be an acquired taste.
Ginger bigging.
What the fuck?
Nailed it.
I meant to say ginger biscuits are banging, and instead I just said ginger bing.
Bing. Okay.
Ginger bing.
Oh god. So
Ginger binging.
Oh,
Yes.
So a little bit of time passes, and the two, like, Karina is called for by the guildmaster, and you end up, like, I'm presuming after that point you'll probably be making your way back to the guild room.
yeah.
You encounter Xanis on your way back.
Oh, Xanis.
Oh, hello Milo.
Yeah. How's it going?
Well, I just had a conversation with Papa Fox, and parents being embarrassing, as parents are.
Oh
Sure.
yeah.
Sure you can understand.
Mum just dragged me away in front of Alec, and now I have a feeling that Alec is going to be teasing me for the rest of the... Yeah.
It's fine. At least you don't have my dad's. They're, chaos. I mean, at least yours doesn't decide to constantly vanish into the void and then reappear out the middle of nowhere. Anyway, you seem like you got something on your mind. What's up?
Yeah, I was actually hoping to go and talk to you later, but I suppose now it's probably the best.
Yeah.
I'm planning on leaving the guild after the Tuck Abomination fight.
That's understandable. I don't blame you for that one. I would say don't mention that Decay, though. She might go a bit ballistic.
I can only imagine that is punching me in the back of the head or something. Probably worse.
Possibly. She's got quite strong feelings about what's going on, and I don't know if she's quite ready to fully deal with her own emotional state right now. But
I mean, we've kind of been avoiding each other, and I don't really want to.
No, I understand. I completely understand. Thank you for at least telling me. Because that way, you know, when you do go off, I can at least stabilize her and make sure she's not going to be, well, herself in a rather boisterous manner. You know, I do very much see where her and her mother kind of line up with each other.
Yeah.
Very big attitude. But no, I think Nolan's planning on telling us a bit about himself or something like that.
Oh.
But maybe after that, could go get a drink or something.
Yeah.
I know you're heading off to better avenues or something like that, but might as well be worth celebrating it.
Yeah.
Not alcohol though, because well,
No, I'm not making that mistake again.
I've been told that many pitchers were consumed.
Yeah. So Diana can turn into a water bird, and I may or may not have shouted at said bird as it flew over said lake, pick me up and drop me into the lake.
I mean, that doesn't sound too bad. I think I've heard worse. I'm not sure.
I mean, there was a temporary argument as to whether to take down said bird, but obviously now that would be a good idea.
Xanus's eyes widen and his jaw drops a little bit. Yeah, I don't know if that one would have exactly gone well.
No.
I mean, he probably would have missed,
Yeah.
but yeah, I can see why that one might be a little bit concerning.
Yeah. I'll if it wasn't obvious, I'll be going back to the forest guard.
Mhm.
They've changed the name again. Why can't they keep it consistent?
Well,
Oh dear.
I mean, I've been told that Vida's quite particular when it comes to names. So, who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe one
But-
day they'll sell.
Maybe. But it won't be the last time that you'll see me. The conversation that I just had with Mum is that I might be over to help when it comes to the Dark Knight heirloom.
Well, I certainly hope that you come back. And I know it's probably going to sound really douchey, but I hope that once you do come back, you've kind of resolved some of that, I guess, conflict that you have internally.
Haha, so do I.
Because I know losing people is not easy, but, you know, take your time. You'll find a solution to the struggles you're having.
Yeah.
And don't beat yourself up while you're doing that, or otherwise I'm going to cut your ponytail off.
No.
And then I'll tie it to your tail. So it's like a piñata. And Xanus has a little chuckle. I'm messing with you. Don't worry, I'm not actually gonna cut your hair off.
A piñata.
I mean, with how often you beat yourself up, maybe you'll explode into candy.
Ah.
And Xanus has a very sly grin on his face. Yeah, you kind of walked into that one, huh?
Yeah. Anyway,
let's.
I'm heading back to the guild room. What about you?
I mean, that's where I'm going. I'm probably gonna. I think we've got to wait for Penton to, you know, come back from the guild. I think he's gone to go see Group V for a little bit, and then.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Say candy.
Xanus's ears perk up. I think Nolan might have put her outside for the moment, because I think I can see her down the end of the hallway.
Candy.
Oh my god. Oh
What
god.
the fuck?
Mira, have you misbehaved?
Candy, candy,
I'll take that as a
candy.
yes. And
Oh dear lord. What the fuck?
the three of you re-enter the room where Norland's just trying to prepare himself to share with the group some of his history. Meanwhile, in the room across, Penton, you've got to go and visit Group V. So, Mado, Leon, Throck.
Oh, Leon, it's the other bunny man.
Yes, I can see that, Throck. Hello, Penton.
Hello, Leon. You want to talk to me?
Yes, well, just wanted to let you know we've made it out alive.
I can see that, but
Well,
boy, am I relieved.
yes, well,
I hope my gifts helped you out at least a little bit.
well, I would be lying if I said the contribution, well, what contributions your group did end up giving quite literally saved our lives. But also, platonically, fuck you for leaving so many things there.
I didn't want to, but
Throck
I
nearly
was
died.
outvoted.
Throck nearly died 3 times. I nearly died twice, and whilst Mado came very close to the brink, he seemed to be having an absolute field day smashing them across the wall.
Sounds right.
Well, yeah, what am I supposed to do? Not have fun? Although, I will admit,
Was he
wasn't-
singing the whole time?
well, no. Leon was. I wasn't. I thought I'd try my hand at a new thing, and it didn't work out so well. I will admit I sound a bit too.
I thought you sounded pretty good. You made some pretty good backup vocals. I wasn't just fucking with you yesterday. I just meant that.
Well, if it's any consolation, I'm trying to learn how to dance. Not very good at it. but I'll
Dancing
get
as
there.
well.
Well,
Man of many talents, eh?
more of a trying to find something that fits, I guess. Although, that being said, I've started doing a lot of training with well, not this axe, but I've been trying to pick up the halberd.
But
Well, yeah, since the 3 of us have gotten a fair whack stronger, I thought I might try out.
it's a good question. How much?
Quite a bit. I mean, I've been.
Because like the aura coming off you guys right now is quite impressive. I've gotta say.
Well, I mean, I've managed to pick up the talents of a dragoon. I'm trying to mix it with fighting. So, that's a thing. What else? Well, if we're talking about new things that we've picked up, and Leon looks over, I've been trying my hand at the dancing side of things, seeming as I've already talented in music, I may as well try my hand at shaking my thing. And well, that and some degree of green magic.
Green magic.
I'm getting there. I'm
I'm
just
just about to get myself at some point.
perhaps I could teach you. Although
I'd love that. That'd be great.
the fact that I nearly perished in the process to try and get that was just a bit concerning.
Yeah. Yeah.
Perhaps
How'd you fare with the doors?
Well, there weren't any doors.
Yes. Point. That's what I told you. But how did you fare with that?
Well,
Make it easier or harder?
we were swarmed within the first 5 seconds of being in there.
Or like the whole 4
Everything.
floors?
Every single floor we went down, we were swarmed. I was having to basically hide behind Maiden and Throck the entire time. Which, I knew that Throck was an absolute unit of a man, but Jesus Christ. He was absolutely demolishing things in there.
Oh,
Tell me how-
don't say that, Leon. It was all you, honestly.
Throck, you literally shattered a skeleton into so many pieces it was blasted into the wall.
Oh, no. It was really cool. Wasn't it, Vader? It went smash everywhere. Oh, good times. I almost died. It wasn't that good, but it was fun.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about. I had loads of fun. Although, Yeah, the dying thing wasn't exactly, right, must admit. Yes, well, while these two were having an absolute field day demolishing things, I was trying to keep us all alive. And I will admit, it took a couple of days to get my singing voice back, definitely. Still feel quite, under the weather, one might say, but,
Well, hearing you last night, you would not be able to guess. You sound absolutely perfect.
well,
You sound actually 100 times better, which is why I was so curious about how much stronger you've gone. Considering that's like one of your main skills. Like,
yes, I'm aware that I'm good with my voice.
yes, voice.
Leon just gives you a little bit of side-eye.
Phantom winks.
Please, contain yourself. It's been 2 days, if that, since I've had to endure the rather traumatic events of that war, and maybe give it another couple days and I'll consider the idea of it.
It's just fucking with you being lighthearted, it's okay.
Leon lets out a very soft sigh. Well,
Rock is squinting at Phantom.
Leon,
Hold on. Try again.
Mado. That's all they had down on that bit of paper. Of who was going on that mission. Me, Mado, Brock.
Yes, and I feel like I was the only person that seemed to understand that in my group.
Well,
Because I tried to give you stuff before you even left.
a little bit late, I must admit, but the main thing that kept me off the floor and not, deceased, was that Hadean cloak that Yuzok gave us. I ended up putting that on and making use of that, and holy crap, it did make quite the difference.
The one that wards off the dark forces.
Yes, that one. The one that also prevented me from being vaporized into a fine powder.
Well, I'm glad you're all okay. And it's nice to see you all again.
Well, you'll see more of us, since I've heard rumors that the rest of the guild will soon be disembarking around the globe.
Well, I'll give you a few days to get your strength back up, get readjusted, and then we'll do lunch. Sound good?
You're paying for it.
I have so much money, I don't know what to do with it.
Like I said, you're paying for it. Anyway,
Okay.
and
Ciao.
Leon hops up, gives Penton a hug before he leaves. And
Bye,
walks back
buddy,
down.
man. And Fox will give him a hug.
Oh god, oh, so tight, Jesus!
God, you've got strong now.
Brock, please don't break his ribs.
If anyone needs me, I'll be in the infirmary. See ya.
And Penton,
Limps away.
and you end up back in your group's room. Man did not squish that much.
No, and then dark way.
Yeah. So back in the guild room, everybody is in this room. So Mira, Nolan, Alice, Alec, Kay, Yuzok, Milo, Xanis, pardon me, and Penton. Sorry, that was like midway through drinking a little bit of the water of my water, and then liquid. Where Nolan is about to share a little bit of his history with you. Well, now is everybody fucking comfortable? You sat the fuck down.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, little bit of history. Nothing too fancy. But, I should probably tell you now. Me folks are a little bit, not alive. It's probably quite an easy one to preface. So, where in the fresh hell do I fucking start? Well, I suppose I should say, me father was a satyr. So, You know? A little bit of Fae in the family tree.
Ooh.
But the most important thing is how I started when I started training as a spirit hunter. I never got to complete my first mission. I ended up having to fight this woman who was a woman by the name of Serial. Quite the stubborn bitch. We ended up in a stalemate where I couldn't finish her off, but she couldn't exactly take me out either.
Wow.
That sounds familiar.
What? The name Serial?
Yeah.
Didn't Lupus bring that name up in the meeting yesterday? About
Maybe.
Did he?
I would have written it down.
Honestly, I must admit, I wasn't really listening that much. I was too busy checking out the competition in the room.
so Renva Saren Pass and I've already forgotten how to pronounce it.
Cereal.
Cereal.
It does sound like cereal. I'm not gonna lie to
Remember
you.
7,000 Rice Krispies.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Anyway, carrying on.
They're all like important those three are all important members within the Lillian Beast cult.
Well, color me fucking surprised. Although it does make sense, she was an absolute bastard to try and fucking take down. Didn't quite appreciate the fact that I was trying to quite literally dismantle this little operation that she had going at the time. And it fucking worked. Also, have any of you met Valfern before?
Who?
Valfern?
No.
No. Massive satyr man?
No.
No?
Doesn't ring a bell.
Have any of you been to the Feywild? Like, ever?
Never.
No.
I have.
No.
And Yuzok raises his hand. Well, at least one of you's fucking cultured. Well, let me tell you.
No. It's not a normal place to go to. That is not. No.
I mean, I fucking lived there for a couple of years. It was always nice. Get an occasional visit. An occasional visit from the little bunny and from the little bunny, the little fox and the little wolf. Not exactly the first time I've encountered Reggie. Although, different context during that situation. He just kind of appeared and I was like, oh, hello. And then he was gone. So I think his group must have just teleported into the wrong place. That being said, nearly fucking killed her. Got so fucking close. And then something really fucking weird happened. This portal opened, and a pair of eyes were sticking up.
Eyes?
I could tell you, if I could fucking tell you, lad, I would, but I honestly haven't got a goddamn clue what it was. All I know is a portal opened, a pair of eyes were looking at me, and then, bam, she was fucking gone. The waste of 6 hours worth of fucking combat against her.
6
hours.
hours.
Well, yes.
Actually, how long were you fighting
On my
Dragon
own.
for? Before we got there?
Well, I hadn't slept in about 2.5 days.
Or just straight fighting for 2.5 days?
Not straight fighting back and forth, God no. But I couldn't exactly take any proper rest during the daytime without, not actually searching for, any sort of clues.
You have impressive endurance.
Nolan raises his right eyebrow.
Specifically.
Well, you're not fucking wrong. I am quite the tanky bastard.
Yeah, I would have given up after turn 3.
Turn 3.
Turns?
The third battle
Well,
with it.
it wasn't exactly an easy process, I'll give you that. But I certainly fucking tried, and well, I guess that's now me little motivation to kick ass. So, does anybody have any fucking clue what we're going up against? With the whole abomination thing?
Maria's
know-
dad?
Well, I mean, I've kind of gathered that. You know, not often you see it.
Monster.
Oh, yes, that one as well.
I think there was
Probably
something to do with
large.
Do
seeds.
we have a plan? Any
Kill it.
sort of plan? Well, of course, kill it.
Don't die.
That's also a pretty obvious one.
Oh,
I'm quite
Lupine
sure this
is
is
gonna
the
help.
first time.
Well, if
What?
you're unbelievably tanky, I just learned a new spell that allows me to redirect enemy aggression. So we can use, if you're okay with it, can draw a lot of the attention because you can take it.
Well,
I feel bad putting you in the firing line like that, but I feel like that's where you thrive.
well,
Yeah.
if I were to say to you that within the first couple of days of meeting me, Yuzok gave me this, and he pulls out the Ring of the Masochist.
No.
Now, I'm not gonna say names, but I have said names. Yuzok, what the fuck? But I could probably use this as a way of making sure that your little, redirection thing, whatever the fuck it is. So I'd be taking most of the aggression. Because from what I'm understanding, this thing's supposed to be pretty fucking scary.
Yeah, probably.
It seems to scare the guildmaster, so and the other guildmaster's been tracking it for the longest time, he's terrified of it.
So we know it's got Tuck's missing remains. Something that it's been fused with a Seath rectum. I can't speak English. Anyway,
Kay speaks up. I believe it's called the Seathrock Tavager. It's a bit
That
of a
one.
mouthful. I don't know who named it, but they definitely didn't think
Rock.
of people.
Rakhtavacha?
Yeah, there you go. You got it.
Rakhtavacha.
It's not exactly an easy pronunciation. It's a lot. It's a mouthful, one might say.
Yeah. So Seath Rakhtavacha and Abaddon and Tuck's remains. Those are the only things that I think we've been told so far. Oh, something about a dark behemoth.
Oh yeah, the behemoth.
Kay pipes up. Well, whilst everybody else has been, doing their thing, I may have done a little bit of research on this thing, and holy crap.
How fucked are we?
Alec, you can drop meteors and comets and that from the sky?
Hell yeah, I can.
It's capable of doing that.
Oh, balls.
Ah.
Okay, so space out.
Oh,
Otherwise, we'll get
oh.
demolished.
The problem is, maybe we should, go and if I go off and get Aurelus and the Guildmaster, we could probably discuss this with everybody here.
Yeah.
That would be a good idea.
That's
Yeah.
a good idea.
I'll be back in a second.
Okay.
And Kay, with her little 5'2" Kay, scampers off. Like when in like those like ballroom scenes where like say like a woman's rushing and she's holding up her dress while she's running. Kay does something very similar to that with her robes, and she's like full on sprinting it. So is nobody gonna question? Okay, maybe I should be the one to bring this up, but if this thing requires us to have one of the guildmasters one of them's tracked it, the other one is coming with us to fight it, and we've got 2 other people coming to help us as well. What do we do if one of us hits the floor?
magic.
Because I
Maybe
know I
Phoenixes?
can heal. Well, but what if we can't, get there in time? I imagine if this thing is a combination of, loads of different huge monsters, it's probably going to be quite big. And if it can move fast, then what do we do?
I can make it move less fast unless it's immune to it.
Well, we can have an idea of if it is or isn't.
I can make it stop moving completely if I pull some shit.
I mean, we could try that. Does anybody have any good ways of analyzing this thing?
Ooh,
I have.
Mark. I think I can figure out the. Where is it? Class level ability modifiers.
Oh,
I can do that. So I can get that information.
I've got a Libra bangle, which can provide some information about its resistances, current health. What else was it? Health, MP, immunities.
I have war sense.
Okay, so we have So if we all work together, we could probably figure out what this thing. We could probably figure out what this thing is vulnerable to, and then try and attack it. And there's a knock on the door, where the guild and Kay has brought with her the guild master, Aurolus.
That's the other guild master probably sleeping.
Yeah, the other guild master is definitely asleep. There is no way in hell.
Yeah, just a little bit of energy to say hello to everybody and scare the shit out of them, so now he's just collapsed.
Haven't made him a token yet, but there is a rather tall feline male who has entered the room as well. And by rather tall, I mean he's I think it's 5 inches shorter than Yuzok. This is a big fella. Anyway. Lupus takes a seat. Lupus takes a seat on one of the chairs. So this is going to be a bit of an interesting introduction, but may I introduce you all to Sarek?
What?
We finally managed to convince him to come out of the Feywild and help us out here.
Hi, Thark. I'm Alec.
And
Oh, you stole my line.
he lets out a
No,
low purr. Wow, it's a pleasure to meet you all. I am.
Hi, I'm Alice.
Nice to meet you, the name's Bentham.
I will try my best to remember your names, but I certainly. He purrs again. Certainly can't promise that I won't forget after a few minutes. Being in the Feywild for so long, you certainly get used to not remembering first names. After all, the Fey spirits certainly have a tendency to mess with you. Yes, that's one way of putting it. Thank you, Sarah. So, a lovely young madam here has told me that you're making plans and trying to work out what to do for dealing with the abomination.
Yep.
Yep.
Might I offer some of my some information on what I might be able to help with?
You may.
Well, I can tell you from prior experience that Tuck is not going to be messed with. This thing is probably going to be quite fast moving, quite vicious, and will definitely try to divide and conquer us. So,
It's pretty smart too.
yes, he is. As much as I hate to admit it, he's on par with, if not slightly more, intelligent than I am. At least in terms of having a lot more experience from his role as a master informant. That being said, there is one thing I should probably let you know. This abomination doesn't look like anything we've seen before. It just looks like it's Tuck walking around as per normal. I have yet to see an abomination that they've created that looks so pristine. You wouldn't be able to tell that I had stuck my rapier through this man's skull a few weeks ago. Yes, it was quite recent. At least that I finished him off, because he wouldn't deliver any of the details on what the cult were up to. I will not be afraid to admit that I have blood on my hands, but I've had blood on my hands for a while. Lupus sits down. How else would I explain it? Alice, you and I will be. I'm sure you'll be familiar with it, but some of the sword saint capacity for unique sword strikes, we'll call it that.
Yes.
You and I share that capacity. With Mirror and Xanis, I share my capability with red magic. As I do with my son, the knowledge of the gunbreak. And I've dabbled in plenty of black and white magic. So, that paired with my runes, I think I can try and keep everybody alive. So worst case scenario, we don't need to so much worry so much about defense as we do offense. If it's in small part an undead, then perhaps we can try and nuke it with holy spells. I should probably also make you all aware that should things start to go south, I have spoken with Ashra so that we do have a last resort backup. And Ashra, you can come out from behind the door, please.
Woohoo!
Bloody hell, you just hide in there.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
what are you there for?
Enough time, and enough time to not. Well, I wanted to blurt out that Tuck is a bitch ass, but
Okay,
That
but
was-
why
that
were
was-
you there?
because
I invited
technically
you.
I also need to know this information if in the event that something were to go horribly wrong, I can
Why were
come
you
in and
hiding,
help.
is what I asked.
I don't have to explain myself.
Mr. Elena, please. If you could not be difficult. So, in the worst case scenario, we will have to call Ashra to help us, but I do imagine that is going to cause the abomination to freak out. So the moment that things go that south, we've got to make a desperate rush to the finish. I am probably about to upset multiple of you by stating this, but because they managed to get hold of Tuck's remains, I'm assuming via some sort of recalling magic, it means that that abomination is going to have the capacity to use his runes.
Oh.
And if any of you are familiar with how destructively powerful they can be, well, suffice to say we might have a little bit of difficulty.
Let's just pray he doesn't also have dark though, or something equivalent.
Lupus kind of lets out a somewhat heartless chuckle. Trust me, Alec. Darkzer and any of its fellow equivalents are the least of your concerns.
That is the worst thing you could have possibly said.
The runes that myself and the other people during... Lupus looks to Ashra. Do you care if I out us both to this group?
Okay.
Myself and Ashra were two of the crystal heroes that dealt with Slaven's Malice the first time around.
Oh shit. Oh fuck yeah, he did become. I forgot that he became. Yeah, yep.
And
Yeah,
due
he
to
became
some...
the wind.
Yes. And, well, due to some altercations that that occurred with the previous hero of wind, well, let's say that power was inherited by Tuck. The problem being is that one of those is pretty much a guaranteed lethality
What?
if we're not careful.
And what would that be?
Well, Lupus takes a moment to basically ponder, as if he's trying to recall the specific name of it. There's one particular rune that myself and the Hero of Wind were capable of using together. Called, very unoriginal I'm aware, but Draconic Runes.
It is very unoriginal.
Yes, it was not me that came up. Well, I say not me. I had part in naming it, but, well, Tuck wasn't exactly original with names. And for the party, I'm just gonna... Lupus is basically gonna explain the rune.
Holy shit. Nice.
Take 100 D20. Single target. Okay.
Single target.
This was one of the things that he was capable of pulling. And I'm sure Mira is aware of just how powerful Tuck was. The idea behind this is that myself, Aurelus, and Sarek will be your backup squad. Once you've dealt with the human form of the abomination, I imagine that something will occur to it afterwards. Though it's worth investigating the body, just in case they've messed up, as they so often do when trying to create these things in a rush. I'm sure you all have some questions for me about what's happening with this situation, and I want you to ask them now. Anything. And I will answer it for you.
Do we stand a chance?
Yes, we do. However, I do not imagine that things will go down without a lot of blood being shed. Any more of you? You are all very quiet.
Probably just been nervous about, kind of big battle, big stuff coming ahead. Do we even have a plan for this?
That's what we're going to work out now.
Hmm.
So, what... I'm assuming your plan is to try and redirect as much of the hostilities to Nolan as possible.
And do as much damage as possible.
I see. Well, I can assure you that Aurolus here is going to be a superb assistant for supporting your capabilities. Zarek here will be helping on the offensive side. Well, I wouldn't quite say that. You see, I've got a couple of tricks up my sleeve. We'll call it that.
Nice and vague.
Yeah, it's fucking vague, Sarek.
Exactly what you want when we're trying to plan strategy.
Yeah, I'm with Alec. Spill the beans. Well, don't spill the beans because it'll make a mess. But tell us the shit,
Beans.
Mira.
No, then that's why.
Well, if you have to be so specific, should things go south, I can use... I'm not sure if any of you are familiar with the ways of the Druid,
No.
but I can give us I can give us a temporary escape route.
I can do that too.
Oh? So I'm assuming you know the spell Fairy Ring Retreat then?
No. Bend space and time. We just zoom out.
Yes, but you have to recall that if we freak it out, it's probably going to be line straight for the guild. So,
Well, then we'll have a lot more people to attack it.
assuming it doesn't kill them first.
A lot more potential casualties too.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, Alec's not wrong. Kay pipes up. If we... Okay, I have a really stupid plan, but it could work. If we can take it down... And Kay is visibly shaking a little bit at the anxiety, I could try and hit it with some of my holy magic and see if that does anything. But that means potentially putting myself directly in front of this thing. So...
Sounds very risky.
If I time it right, I can move you directly out of harm's way, like immediately after.
Yeah, I mean, me and you could work on trying to, I guess, trying to destabilize it.
That gives you something to practice in the meantime, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, still terrified though. I mean, Mira, how do you feel about this? Isn't this, we're basically going to be killing your dad.
I mean, I don't really know at this point. I don't really want to think about it. I just want to deal with it.
You should probably think about it, because
Yeah, it's not the
You know-
healthiest way to approach this.
you know how you're going to react when you're in front of it.
Yeah, Alex, right.
I don't know. It's hard to really take in
Well, Lupus speaks up. Well, I'm not sure how soon you want to confront this thing. As far as I'm aware, we're at full capacity and ready to get moving when you're ready. Fortunately enough, Zippy's managed to lure it into a place where it seems quite comfortable to wait. For how long, I don't know.
Does
But
it know we're coming?
yes, it does. It would not surprise me if it's already tracked the area or potentially planned out its way of...
How do we know when we get there we're not just going to meet a horde of monsters?
Because the abominations that have been made before are hostile to everything. How do I describe this?
They'll fight each other?
When the abomination for Name appeared, it had the shredded and bloodied pieces of the Lilian Beast cultists that finished its summoning attached to it. So, suffice to say, this thing will be on its own. But it's not that I'm worried about. Are you all gonna be okay when we go to fight this thing?
Mira?
Let me ask you this. Do you have a reliable manner of retreating should somebody fall? Because I
Yes.
won't lie to you, there is a very significant chance that all of us, including myself, could die in this fight.
No, you're supposed to be one of the most powerful warriors that ever lived.
Lupus looks at Penton, and there is not a change of expression. It's the same, almost blank stare. Yes, and whilst I may be one of the stronger warriors that exists, I am not the strongest thing. I am a powerful person, sure, but I am not the end-all be-all of strength. This thing is inhuman. It is not... How do I describe it? It's not something that I can comfortably say that I match up to reliably. Which is why your entire group, plus 2 more, are accompanying us, and I've asked Astra to turn up should things go south.
What about Group A?
They're currently... How do I describe it? Group A is currently in the middle of handling preparations for pinning in the cult. Every single guild group, excluding Group M and Group V, and obviously your group, are all currently making preparations to dispatch across the globe to force every single cultist back to the island of Zeliquin, so they're all in one place. If worse comes to worse, and Lupus looks at the whole of Group U, looks at Aurolus, looks at Sarah. In the worst situation where we have to run, and I don't know, Alec, you're not breathing. I don't know, you've been taken out. Sarek's been taken out, and things are looking bleak. I will take its attention, whilst the rest of you flee. Okay?
Will you be okay?
Not a case of if I'll be alright or not. You're all either people of significant importance or bloodline members.
We're not just gonna let you die.
Lupus looks at Fenton with a rather piercing gaze. As awful as it sounds to say, Xanis exists. So long as he exists, you have access to the Red Mage Heirloom. Unfortunately, there are some of you that are not in that position to be quote-unquote replaced. And worst case, I can handle myself and back off when I need to.
Couldn't guarantee you that.
No. But it'd be worth it to make sure that all of you get out of this okay. That being said, though, with all the practice that you've been putting into this, I have faith that we'll come out victorious. I will take the time to make some plans, some slightly better laid out plans for myself, Aurelus, and Sarah for when we need to intervene. And I'll let your group do what they do best. I mean, you handled Mace. What's another annoying undead?
Exactly.
Sure.
And you can kind of tell Lucas is trying to downplay it a little bit.
Yeah, we took out Mace. We can do this. Took out Mace relatively easily, to be honest, in the end.
Exactly.
Got a little hairy towards the last part, but...
Is that supposed to be a joke about your fur? Anyway.
No?
No, there was a point where like 3 at least of us were on the ground.
Well,
So
Yeah, he just decided to blow up everything. So there's not a lot we can do. Kind of a dick move, really.
it was a dick move. Yeah.
But he was a bit of a dick. Well, is, I guess. We didn't destroy his factory, so... dealing with him again at some point.
Let's
Honestly,
pretend
it's
we
getting kind of
did.
dull.
well,
I thought I'd be scared. I'm more just annoyed.
well. That's a good sign. Right. Well, I shall be introducing Sarek to the guild halls, and I'll let you guys get some rest. And hopefully, when you're ready, you'll come let me know when it's time to take the abomination down. Okay?
Yeah. We got this.
All right.
Go team.
And Lupus hugs his own son and offers a hug to each of the rest of the group.
I
For good
will
luck.
accept this offer.
Ending gets
I
hugged.
will accept this offer.
Alec gets hugged.
Milo accepts.
Yeah.
Milo gets hugged. Fluff. And then Lupus basically ends up giving a hug to the group, but doesn't hug Norland, because Lupus looks at Norland in the eyes and goes, "I know what you're gonna do if I give you a hug, so you can be left out for now." Anyway,
They're gonna do.
Can I give Norman a hug?
no, I don't want the hug from you, lass. No, thank you.
But no lingo.
Just for calling me that, I'm gonna fucking
No
throw you.
go.
And I'm going to end the session there.
Especially
So,
when
no
it's
lingo.
Norlingo.
The next
in
one.
Orlando. I mean, come on.
No lingo.
Bye, everyone.
Fucking owl.
Well, we got Penatone, no